Hey y'all! And welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all!
Hey y'all!
It's Misty.
It's Ani.
And Erin.
And today we are doing the second part of our Smash or Pass of fictional characters. So the first episode was me testing Ani and Erin with anime characters and some comic book characters and stuff like that. And today is going to be the reverse, where they're going to test me with fictional characters and my intuition of whether or not I should run for the hills or not. So I'm worried. We're gonna find out.
I'm worried. I'm gonna let Erin do most of the descriptions because she has a better memory of them more than I do.
Oh God.
He's just throwing this at Erin right as we start.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I will be talking as well.
You remember the important parts. You
yes.
remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Are we ready?
Let's do this.
And I should say that we had to combine our powers because we read a lot of the same crap. And we fell for a lot of the same problematic people in said crap. So there would it's not like I could really hide anything from Ani. She'd there'd be no reaction from it. And vice versa. So that's why we had to be on the same same PowerPoint.
That's fair. You guys are on the same PowerPoint, and most of these things I have never read or never got past the first book or something like that. So most, if not all of them, should be new to me and a surprise to me. So we're going to find out.
And I'm just now realizing I could have put more people in here that I should have. It's okay.
We would never be done if we actually went through all of the book.
I know.
There has to be a limit.
Okay.
Let's go.
First up, we have Rhysand.
Okay.
He is the High Lord of the Night Court. Valaris is the main city. He can melt your enemy's brains with shadow magic, so pro. High Lord, pro. Wingspan, pro. He's patient and considering. He's a Ravenclaw. I have no cons with this man whatsoever. Many people do, because he's manipulative. But
if we just gonna skate right over that one.
I would say that I think the manipulative is gonna be how you've interacted with other people in your life. I don't think he's super.
He's not
manipulative. Personally, I didn't see some people really, really, really feel strongly about the manipulative. I don't personally think so.
I didn't see any of that happening.
I thought there was a lot of free will with him, and
a lot of you make your own choices, and he's very patient.
Is this the man who made the chick go get her own engagement ring? Or is that another person? Is it?
Him.
This is the motherfucker that made her go get her own engagement ring in a fight that nearly killed her? Is that what I'm understanding? Yeah.
In the house that.
Yeah, I mean that he deserved a punch. I don't know if that was the.
Granted, she did throw her heels at him after a dance or something.
Yeah, that was after the. Okay, well let's
back up.
Yeah, no. That was when he rescued her from the wedding to the other
that's
asshole. Right. So she was in if you picture it, the frothiest wedding dress ever, and he was like, "Hey, you sure you really want to marry that dude?" He showed up when they were on the altar, and he's like, "You sure?" And then he poofed, took her away. And because she did not want to marry the other guy.
She really didn't.
Okay.
That one, the other guy was manipulative as shit. We will say that.
Okay. Based on the art, he looks really good. I know he has wings because I know that's where Ani's fight for wings is coming with our campaign.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say smash with the hopes that like I don't have to see this man in a long-term thing. Like I think this wouldn't go well. But like yes, but temporarily, yes.
I think she's. I mean, okay. I will say yes. This for me, this one is a definite smash. However, I understand Misty's point, and she would not deal with some of the shit that goes on with Reese.
That's fair.
Like, I think she could be around him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she should date him.
No.
I feel like that would go wrong quickly, and I don't even know much about this man. So like
I think that's fair. I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
All right.
Okay.
What else we got?
Next up, this is my husband. This is the energy that I want in my future mate. This is Cassian. His number one pro for me is the hands on the headboard comment. Because you know you're gonna get banged really rough with that one.
I would say that this person very Jason Momoa. Just that I think that energy is Cassian.
Even the fan art looks Jason Momoa-esque. Like
yes.
I'll give you that. So
yes.
I do have takes nothing seriously con. Like how much of like takes nothing seriously?
I think so I would think I think he does take some things very, very seriously because he is the general of the Night Court's armies.
Okay.
So he is a very high rank. I mean, he's the highest ranking warrior in Rhysand's court.
Okay.
But
Party
like
animals?
he's the comic relief. So like he will make a joke about everything, which is not always a con, but sometimes it can be a con.
Okay.
Especially if you're Nesta.
And
okay. Party animal to what extent?
In the same
he's got
way,
that energy, like that frat boy energy, where it's just
that's definitely a con. Frat boy energy is always a con. I would say smash and could spend more time around him than the previous person. Okay. So, like, I think he wouldn't irritate me as much as the other guy, and just judging by the fan art, like, it doesn't really matter what he like, what kind of personality he has. Like, the one at the bottom, like, right hand corner, like, okay,
yeah, like, I'm not seeing any problems here in the
like
pectoral region. You know, I don't see problems.
Or, this man walks into a room and I am instantly naked, throwing myself at him. Don't care.
He even looks good in the armor. I'm just okay. That's
and
good.
The red jewels that you'll see in the fan art
amplifiers.
He is so powerful that he needs to have those siphon off some of the energy and kind of direct it.
Well,
in terms of magic, is
All right then.
That's a smash.
Smash.
Yes.
Hard smash.
Do you have like a line that comes across PowerPoint if I say pass, or do they just all say smash?
No, these are her opinions.
These are my opinions.
These are opinions. Okay. Okay.
Azriel, the other third of the Night Court. He's a spy master. He is said to have the largest wingspan, hence the all caps and the period in between.
Wingspan, he is the silent. In case you haven't figured it out, correlates to something else. If you know what I'm saying.
You know, if they got a big nose, they got a that thing.
Like I can't get past the fact that the picture of the fan art in the bottom left hand corner reminds me of a buff version of Ezra Miller. And like I don't see anything else now, so no.
Oh no.
That's all I see as I look.
Oh boy.
I mean, I see where that would turn you off.
That's my only thought now.
Oh my god.
And if I ever read this series, I hope I forget who I've related this to by the time I do.
You know what? I will also send you a different picture just in case you ever do. So
And everybody needs to be impressed that I remembered Ezra Miller's name. Like, I had to think about it.
I am impressed.
The whole
very
time you were talking, I was like, what is his name? What is his name? So, just pass just based on that, because that's all I know now. It's just
he
Rudy.
Looks nothing like Ezra, though, but all right.
Yeah, that's all I see.
That's fair.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sorry, Az.
Sorry, Az.
Sorry, dude.
That one. There you go. Yes.
Nobody deserves that.
Next up, we have one of Erin's favorites.
I know
Kaz
who
Brecker.
Kaz is. Yeah.
Kaz is beautiful.
Okay, but like, you put Con as the fact that he's 17. Yes, that
I made her put that.
It just rules him out immediately. He's 17.
I made her put that because she thought he was 20, and I'm like, no.
And like, look, so he's cold-hearted and ruthless. You have that as a pro, and then a trickster also as a pro. Two things that are not pros, for the record. You need therapy.
I'm in therapy, and this is what I like.
You need more therapists, more sessions.
Okay. Sorry to Ani's lovely therapist, because I know you love her.
I
do love have her. More sessions with her.
You need some more focus on problem areas, such as
problem men.
All right.
Severe PTSD and the fact that he's 17. So obviously he's out. Like, I've seen this show, like the Shadow and Bones show.
I didn't know you'd seen the show.
Yeah, and I have seen that, and he's easily the coolest character in it. Mm-hmm. Coolest character in it, but like Ben Barnes is ultimate human person.
Yes.
So just we're all in agreement with that. Just Ben Barnes, peak person.
Ben Barnes has been peak person for a very long time for me.
Absolutely. So. Like him as Caspian, gorgeous.
I mean, that's exactly what I tell my mom all the time. I'm like, he's been a problem for a very long time.
Still super. He just keeps getting better looking is the thing too, and it's just like, nobody's bad about. He's the fan cast for Sirius Black. Like it's just nobody's mad about him.
And we call him Ben Bonds.
Yeah,
Ben Bonds. Yeah.
Ben Bonds. Next,
we have Nikolai.
Is this from the same series?
Yes.
Shadow Mode?
He comes in the second book of Shadow and Bone, so he'll be in the next season.
He's in the next season.
I'm seeing formidable swordsman, a general, a privateer, an alcoholic,
borderline.
Alcoholic.
I think that's a little strong.
No?
I don't know.
I mean, he's giving me royal French vibes, and that's a no. So...
It's Imperial Russia. The Grisha verse is based on essentially 1800s Imperial Russia.
Yeah, I don't think that makes it better.
No, well, in my fantasy world where I live the Anastasia dream, yes, but that's my own particular delusion.
Pass. I don't see anything I like.
All right,
none of the things I like so far.
Matthias Hellevar.
Matthias Hellevar, okay.
Oops, wrong button.
I love how you just give it away like your opinion.
I pressed the wrong button.
I assumed that all smashes for Ani, so
I did. You know what? I made her I bullied her into like, are they all passes or smashes? Oh no, we added some passes. They're in there. They're in there.
Okay.
Not many, by the way.
Like, your pros include brutal and unforgiving. That's a pro for you. Because a con right off the bat, bigoted. So, no.
He's a witch hunter. Yeah.
He's a witch hunter.
Yeah, no. I'm not really interested in anybody who's super bigoted in any capacity against anyone. So that's a pass. just on
It's
principle.
chaos.
That's fair.
Chaos.
How do you be bigoted and a witch hunter and a Hufflepuff?
Okay.
You know what? He works through it. I will say he works through it. And he's not a total asshole after a while. I mean,
he starts that way.
He starts
grows.
that way because that's how he was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And then he meets some, Grisha, and he changes.
Falls in love.
I'm still gonna pass just to be on the safe
fair.
side.
That's fair.
All right, now the Darkling.
Darkling. Everyone's
Smash.
favorite.
Easily smash. I don't give a fuck that he's an immortal psychopath. No.
This is a hard.
Even not casting Ben Barnes. I read the first Shadow and Bone book. Yes.
Oh, this was exactly. This was a hard smash.
Mm-hmm.
Hard smash before Ben Barnes, and then when they announced the casting, that I was off my rocker for 2 days, just completely excited. And it was right when Ninth House came out, Ani, and you couldn't go to the thing with Lee, and I don't remember why, but then so I saw her right in the window of where I was just completely crazed, and I'm like, when we went up for the signing on, I'm like, so Ben Barnes, huh? And she's like, uh-huh. And I'm like, so you just I've just been crazy for 2 days, and she go, uh-huh.
That's valid. I mean, I read the first Shadow and Bone book. You can tell he's obviously he's not a good guy, but you figure that out probably about 3 sentences into his character being introduced. Why she's shocked, I will never know, because it's just kind of but you kind of should have figured that out already, because there's no way that the dude with the creepy shadow powers isn't evil. So
right, there was some foreshadowing here.
Yeah, and it wasn't sprinkled lightly. It was just placed in front of you. And
he literally does the cut within a few days of noticing her, where he slices somebody in half with shadows, and I'm like, that was the red flag, baby. If you flew past it, that's on you.
Yeah.
But also, I would have flown past it.
Oh, I'm looking at the red flags and waving at them as I continue onward.
I think it's really cute how they go flappy, flappy, flappy as I run past them.
Yes. The Darkling, whether it's Ben Barnes or not, is a total smash. Absolutely.
And what's even funnier is Ben Barnes is not actually how I pictured the Darkling.
Yeah.
I mean, very similar, but not. But I really saw blue eyes,
yeah,
a little bit different. But then when I saw Ben Barnes, I'm like, oh yes, you are correct.
It is a very accurate choice, and literally nobody's mad about it. So
no.
Needs more Ben Barnes content in the world. And then after that, we found out he could sing.
Smash.
All right, who we got next?
Next, we have. Why isn't it working? Hunt Athalar from Crescent City. Another pro, Wingspan. Lightning powers. His cons are that he's a slave and he doesn't go out in public. He'd rather stay in and do nothing.
I would okay, well, the doesn't go out in public doesn't bother me. He's a slave? That's not a con for him. That's a con for somebody else. It would put a damper in dating, but I should say, you can't tell me I'm wrong, because it's just not.
No.
But okay. Does he not go out in public because he's a slave and he's not allowed to go out in public?
No, he's got a very imposing backstory and demeanor, so people always stare and make him he makes them uncomfortable, and them being uncomfortable makes him uncomfortable, so he just rather would not spend time out in public.
The boy has social anxiety, is what you're telling me.
It should be noted that he is actually quite well known.
Okay.
In their society, and his we'll call it a nickname, is the Umbra Mortis, Shadow of Death.
Okay.
Because as a slave to he's actually had different owners in the past. He was made he became a slave as part of a failed rebellion against the leadership of his homeland. And so when they lost, they enslaved him as a punishment. It's been what, like 2,000 years, something like that, 500 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
What it's so
Okay.
then but then he's being it's kind of like Bucky, where he's been forced to be their assassin.
Definitely a pass. Many reasons. The first of all being I don't want to deal with the process. Like, he's not, obviously, if he's a slave to somebody, they're not like letting him be in therapy. He needs it, and I'm not willing to put in all the work to be there as he starts the first stages of therapy. Like, come see me in 1,000 years when, like, maybe you've gone to a few sessions and like work some shit out. But
fair.
No.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Also, in wrapped up in the already huge maelstrom of bullshit that comes with the Lost Rebellion, his lover died in the rebellion, and then he was enslaved.
2,000 years of therapy, and then you can come see me.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But he, like, at his core, he's a nice guy. He just needs to work some shit out.
Yeah, and his lover was the leader of the rebellion.
Yeah, lots and lots of therapy. You know what? Lots of therapy, and then maybe we'll be friends. And that's all. Yeah, that's a no.
You know, it really cannot hurt being friends with the Umbra Mortis. Like,
no, it can't.
He's gonna help you.
Fair.
Somehow.
Just the fan art just kind of creeps me out. So, like, still a no.
Okay, it's fine. Oh, this is a hard fucking smash. Oh, this is Rundanen, Crown Prince of the Valvaran Fae.
From what series?
Crescent City, and
same as Hunt.
He wants you to sit on his face. That is #1 pro.
Yeah.
Tattooed and Fae magic are the other things I see on here.
Yes,
lots of tattoos.
Tattoos always a plus for me. Always.
I gotta say, he does seem like he's kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Which would drive me nuts. Like, father is an ass.
Boy.
It's just something we would have in common. So, like, I can't fault him for that. Like, I want to say smash, but I feel like we wouldn't get along in a long-term situation because he'd piss me off really fast.
It could be a booty call kind of smash, you know?
Like, yeah, like it's definitely like giving those vibes, because I just feel like he just the pictures alone tell me, oh, he would piss me off like pretty quick. Like, he'd be really fine while he'd do it, but like he pissed me off like real fast.
He'd be really fine while he do it. He's
like, I wouldn't be mad at what I'm gonna look at while I'm pissed off. I'd just be pissed off about everything that comes out of his face. So I can,
except maybe his tongue.
That's fair.
Especially if you sit on his face.
The reason she brings that up is it is described in great detail that something like that happens.
Okay.
His friend walks in on the room, is like, hey, we got company, and he opens the door, and there's just a fawn sitting on his face, and he's just going to town. And I'm just like, oh, God.
Question, clarifying question. Like you said a fawn? I'm assuming.
A fawness. Yeah, like, she's not an actual fawn that he got from the fucking forest. Like,
not a little baby
deer.
I
don't know. These motherfuckers walking around with wings and shit. Like, how am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Because that would be at the top of the con list. That beats out Father's kind of a dick, like, any day of the week. Like,
God, bestiality.
Yeah, bestiality would be the top of the list.
No.
So, like, smash would be tentative acquaintances with, so no.
Ethan Holstrom is up next, also the same world of Crescent City.
No.
He's
Everything
a shifter.
about it is no. No. I like the cat, but the rest of it's no.
That cat is a prince of hell.
That's one of the reasons I would like the cat. He gives me. You guys seen Riverdale, or at least previews of Riverdale? The redheaded dude.
I know where you're going, and yes,
Yeah, I don't like that kid either. So no, I don't need to know anything about him. Just looking at him, I'd punch him in the face. No.
For a while, he kind of deserves it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Court McDonald up next. He's the
Okay,
other.
hang on. Is the hair normally like the down wavy, or like the one in the bottom right hand corner? Because that'll change things.
I think
I thought it was more. I thought it was somewhere in between there when I was reading the book, but that's just how I pictured it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why did you include a picture of the guy from Hocus Pocus that beats up him? What? See that?
That's not him. That's Charlie Hunnam.
I don't care. It looks like
it's Charlie Hunnam.
But it looks like the guy from Hocus Pocus with the plaid wrapped around his waist who steals the shoes. Sorry, Charlie Hunnam. I know it's, but not Ice, the other one. I don't remember what his name is.
Not Ice, the other one.
Like, it's really 50-50, and because it's so much on the fence, I would say pass.
That's fair.
Just because, like, there's some aesthetic appeal, but, like, there's a bunch of other things about it that I don't really, like, it's just not clicking, and I'm just, no.
Trust me, this one's a pass for me, too. This one's a pass.
Yeah, there's not enough. Oh, no. Why?
Yes.
No, just no.
Therion Kitos, the merman.
He's engaged. Like, he's
promised. He's not engaged.
Promised. He's not engaged, and he is promised against his will.
Did he just no? Like, he needs therapy and maybe some freedom, and he wants a better world. Oh, he's nice. No, that's too nice for me. He was politically neutral, is in an unwanted engagement, and wants a better world. No, he looks like he's too nice for me. Like, no. Like, I would say fuck, and then I would feel bad about saying fuck in front of him. Like, no.
He's a relentless flirt, too.
He is a relentless flirt.
That's a huge no. No. I don't need you going around flirting with everybody you walk by.
Although I do like the red hair. I really do like the red hair. But
I like his red fins.
I mean, I like him, but and this one, and I will tell you right now, this one, same series. At the last ones all the last ones have been the same series. This one is a nice guy, and I wouldn't mind being his friend, but I wouldn't want to deal with him.
Tristan Flynn.
I wouldn't want to deal with this one.
No. I for one thing, the fan art is simultaneously giving me what's his name? The guy who plays PETA from Hunger Games.
I think that's fair.
And mild versions of Andrew Garfield up at the top, but like that's not a problem. But like
no
PETA vibes from Hunger Games, and I hated PETA, so no, I don't need to know anything about him. No.
All right, he's got 3 fire sprites around him, and I have one of their cousins on my arm.
Oh, that's cool. It's the only interesting thing about him.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have entered my world of Dark Hunters. Acheron Parthenopeus.
Well, that last name is a whole mouthful, so
he's about 12,000 years old.
It's a whole mouthful.
I think I read a fan fiction like this once. Jesus Christ.
I love Acheron so much. And then I fell in love with his brother.
Madara. He reminds me of Madara from like my PowerPoint. Like with the hair and everything, yeah.
The only downside to Acheron is that he is the Harbinger. So, like, anything that he says out loud, like, he has to really watch what he says, because whatever he says, like, will happen.
Oh, God, no. What?
So he's really gotta watch his mouth.
This is somebody who can't do sarcasm? Are you fucking kidding me?
He's 100% sarcasm, but, like, if he was to, like, if he was to like say something like really mean it would basically set things into motion to make that happen. Like,
no, that's too much baggage. I can't deal with that.
it was, again, he was born that way. All right,
It's too much baggage. I can't deal with
he's
that.
got 12,000 years of baggage and therapy and slavery.
Ooh, that's
but he
that's
has
an
found
age
his
gap I can't bridge. That's a lot.
he has found his one and only, and she is wonderful. We love Tori, and Ash is great. He's also like 6'8". Loves motorcycles, anything that goes vroom vroom fast. He is his home is in the Atlantean heaven realm in Catoteros.
He looks like he comes out of the ninth layer of hell, and his home is in the heaven realm.
Because he cannot enter the hell realm, because if he does, then that would set his mother free, and his mother is Apollonie, destroyer. And if he, Acheron, was to step foot into Kalosis, where his mother has been locked, like imprisoned, basically, she cannot leave that realm. If he steps in there, he will break whatever seal there is, and she'll be free, and she will basically destroy the whole world.
Yeah, that's too much baggage. No.
So when he visits his mom, he astral projects.
Hard pass. Super hard pass.
No.
Too much
Next.
baggage.
Talon of the Morgante. Ignore
one
this
in the
bottom picture. Ignore this. I couldn't.
It looks like a cross between Carlisle and Jasper.
Okay, that's actually good. Do you want to know what I said about this the bottom left picture that's under the table? I said it looks like Jareth from Labyrinth, but like the worst fanfic picture of Jareth from Labyrinth.
So we're just gonna take that man, Talon of Morgantes, set him aside and let him go free, so that he may go away. Let him go free, so that he may go away from me. No, goodbye, Talon of wherever you are.
Oh, the
Morgantes. Bye-bye. Go away now. Thank you. Okay.
Up next is Derek of Moesha. This man has much more baggage than the 12,000-year-old one, and he's much younger than that one. But he's been fucked in his life a lot. So he's...
Are you trying to sell these people to her? Because I don't think that's the way to do it.
None of the Dark Hunters would appeal to Misty in the first place. I know this. These are all my men, the Dark Hunters.
Refuses any kindness?
Yeah. Except he finally found his love. Astrid.
Any kindness. Like, he drops, like, a book, and I pick it up and hand it to him, and he's like, no? Like,
yeah.
No. That would be frustrating as fuck. We would be two people making each other worse. Like, no. Absolutely not. You don't need somebody who actively is making you worse. No. Goodbye, Sarah Kamusha. Goodbye. No, you because even if you're his one and he's nice to you, like, he can never meet anybody you know. Like, if he's with you, he can't meet us because he'd be such a total dick, we'd hate him. Like, no. Goodbye, Zarek.
You wanna know what's one of the things he did? When his brother finally got married, so his wife, Astrid, is she's one of the nymphs, the judgment nymphs in Olympus.
Okay.
So, because she lives on Olympus, she can bring him with her, because they're married, she can bring him with him, and he can have the ambrosia and be there.
Okay.
They were at some kind of like dinner or whatever, at in Olympus, and he's watching his brother, who he fucking hates, up until later. But his brother is just walking down the middle of the street. It's a clear night, and all of a sudden there's just a rain cloud over him. And Zarek is the one that did that, and he's laughing at dinner while looking from the clouds into just fucking over his brother. I love Zarek. I have problems.
Yeah.
Next up is Vane. Vane is a werehunter. He is the leader of the Catalakis clan, so they are the wolves.
I'm sorry, it says better a killer than a victim. Like, is he...
That's one of his quotes.
Is he a serial killer?
No. He is the leader of the Catalakis pack.
In a sense of You know.
He gives me arrogant Sam Winchester vibes.
But he's not! That's the thing! His brother Fang and Fury are worse. Oh, but Vane is such a...
That's not, like, okay, his brothers are worse, but that doesn't mean he's not a piece of shit!
He really isn't, though! He really isn't! Vane is one of the best ones there is!
No.
He's brutal, but he's so, like, kind.
No.
No.
No. I can't get past how much he reminds me of Sam Winchester. I don't like Sam Winchester, so.
Ooh.
Alright. Moving on to a different series. This is Kel Maresh from the V.E. Schwab series. I always forget the name of the series. The A Darker Shade of Magic series.
Considering I fell asleep during this series, like the first book, several times, like I like literally head book. No.
His magic is powerful and it's blood magic, so he can travel to all the different Londons.
I'm sorry. Okay, like cat person, great. Can travel through worlds, awesome. Pissy hipster barista attitude is your con? Goodbye. There's the door. Goodbye.
This is one of two passes. One of two passes that she put in here.
Kel Marish, whatever.
Maresh.
No. Goodbye. That's no pissy hipster barista attitude. No. I like no. Oh.
Up next is Alucard Emery, the privateer of the same series.
And I told her it was an automatic no because his name is Dracula backwards. And then she didn't. She's all like, I didn't even realize. And I'm like, come on, it's Dracula backwards.
But as I'm reading this fucking book, I'm going, why does the name Alucard sound so familiar? Because it fucking is!
Your con is he's an alcoholic.
Loki.
Okay.
Doesn't change the
Just
base
because he hides it does not mean...
It doesn't make it better. That just means he knows it's wrong.
He's also a shameless flirt. I should have added that.
Oh, that's a huge no. Absolutely not. No, too big red.
But he's rich. He's very rich.
Yeah, there's even some things that even I can't tolerate with that much money.
That's fair.
Like, no.
Yeah, there's only so much.
We have moved on. Haha. To the From Blood and Ash series, and this is Castiel Denier.
Compulsion magic is a pro? I'm
sorry. Do you
sorry.
know what this man would do to make you happy? He would destroy people's minds. He would take one of your bullies and like compel them to walk off a bridge.
Your pro is the dark one but deadly? I'm sorry, was the dark one not dangerous to you?
That's his name.
This one didn't do it for me either. But now, in fairness, I only read the first book, but this one didn't do it for me in that book.
And what series is this from?
From Blood and Ash.
Okay, needs to drink blood to heal. Whatever, that's typical vampire bullshit. Cunning, teasing, devious, like whatever. Dark one, but deadly. Like it's worse than the dark one. Great. You do know like the dark one created like the void weird thingy in like through a continent, right? My biggest con is the compulsion magic. I'm sorry. Consent.
Oh, like he won't do it to you. Absolutely not.
You don't know that.
Oh, yes, you do.
No. For that alone, no.
All right.
Solely for that, because that is weird.
Here's Nyktos, his like great ancestor. He is the primal of death. I'm still learning about him.
For some reason, the top picture gives me werewolf vibes, and I don't know why. Like, the top left picture with, like, the dragon thing gives me werewolf vibes.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no, because I feel like there's something wrong, and I don't know what it is, and that bothers me.
So far, I have yet to find what's wrong with Nyktos, but we'll see.
There's gonna be something wrong with him. Like, that's something super evil. Ooh, okay. I don't
Now,
mind
this one is
any of
my
that.
favorite.
This is Erin's
I can
husband.
see why.
This one
This
is
is
my
Rowan.
favorite.
This is Rowan from the Blood and Ash.
No, this
Nope,
is from
he's
Throne
from
of
Throne
Glass.
of Glass. He's in
Throne
book
of
3.
Glass. Okay, we're into Throne of Glass. Okay.
Yeah,
This
we
is
moved into Throne of Glass.
Rowan.
Rowan Whitethorn is my favorite. He can turn into a hawk at will.
Okay.
And he, as it says, most powerful full-blooded female in existence. He is a little territorial and smells like snow and pine. Thank you for describing him like a candle. But but yes, he helps teach the main character about her powers and makes her into the ultimate being that she can be, and they annoy the shit out of each other all along the way, because he is grumpy and she is nuts, and
Yep.
and when they do get married, spoiler, and then she gets kidnapped. Once he finds the people who kidnapped her, he skins the guy alive for her in revenge. And I'm like, that's hot.
That's hot. So when we all read or hear the words, "Where is my wife?" Sploosh.
Mm-hmm. Shudder. Oh, where's my wife? Because you know someone's about to get it. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything I didn't like. So, like the territorial stuff, I like that too. So, like, yeah, no,
That's
like that.
the nickname that his wife gives him.
What?
Territorial fey bastard.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. See, I like him. Okay.
Next
and
up,
he's surprisingly
Lorcan.
a patient person, really.
Lorcan is one of my favorites. He also has no cons for me.
Okay, so you've got vicious and ruthless. The any means necessary to execute his orders is a little vague in what he's willing to do.
Anything.
Which is a little
He's willing
worrisome.
to do literally anything to get the job done.
That's a little worrying. I do feel kind of like he'd piss me off, but I can't figure out why. I just looking at the art, I'm just like, he'd piss me off. Like maybe not at first, but over time, like give it a couple months, and he'd just really piss me off. Like for like a one-time thing, maybe, but like I feel like that would be a maybe, and depending on how much he irritated me by then, because he does give off he'd irritate me vibes.
Fair.
I think
don't know
so.
why. I don't know why, but like I do think he'd kind of irritate me. So
give me 1 second.
No, I think he would irritate you, Misty. I really do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, and I should explain that he and Rowan were actually both kind of bonded into the big bad of the series, not through their own will, but like kind of, and so they're kind of equals in a sense, but they have their own issues too, so they go their separate ways.
All right.
Yeah,
that's valid.
Yeah,
he's a smash. Dorian, also from Throne of Glass.
No, poor Dorian. I liked him much better the second time I read the first book. Like I didn't like him at all the first time I read it. I liked him much better the second time. I would still say no, just because there's a lot of shit going on, and I don't really want to deal with it all. So
I think you would like him better as it goes on. He does grow up a lot. Like at the beginning, he is a little shithead, I think.
Yeah.
But also, why did you use the same picture for the Darkling?
That's what that is? Okay.
Dorian. Because I'm pretty sure it's Dorian, but anyway. Yeah, no, I think you'd like him better. I like him better as he grows up and has to actually be an adult.
I don't dislike him, even as I disliked him the very first time I read the book, but my opinion of the two guys in the book flipped. Like the first time I read it, like I didn't like Dorian and I liked the other guy, and then the second time I read it, I didn't really like the other guy, but I liked Dorian. And but
yeah.
like I like Dorian. I just don't know if I'd want to go down that route with him.
Nah,
I wouldn't have any issues being friends with Dorian, but like no, even in the book, nothing attracted me to him. So I was just
yeah.
I
and
love
speaking
his
of the other
girlfriend.
guy,
Bale, the other guy.
No, I can't deal with somebody who like is that much of a law-abiding asshole. Like there needs to be a flexibility in a person, and he has all of the flexibility of a piece of steel, and that you're trying to like bend with your bare hands, like me trying to bend an I-beam with my bare hands, and like he, you know, like he's a respectable person, but it just I need somebody who understands what an emotion is and then works on it, you know, and just like
That's
he
fair.
eventually is forced to work on it.
That's not great.
No, he doesn't enjoy it. It is a physical pain in his ass to work on it. But lucky for everybody, and a lot of the fandom really hates it. But he gets his own book in which to work on it.
Yeah, I don't need somebody who has to learn what emotions are and how to process them, because that's just not going to go well in the long run. Because then I'm going to have to be, you know, like it would be expected of me to like, well, he's working on it, you know, like, you know, have some allowances for it. Like, no, you're a grown fucking man. I should not have to make allowances for you to learn how to process your emotions. No. Goodbye. I don't hate him. I would work with him to accomplish a goal. But that's it. All of the outfits.
Notice this is pass number 2 for her. I don't think that should go unmentioned. It is pass number 2.
That's valid. That is valid.
And that's it.
Okay. Some things I've learned. The first of which being, I don't think Ani and I have the same definition of prose. Just definitely don't have the same definition of prose. I've learned a couple of series that I definitely won't read. Just you know,
based on the men alone.
Pass just hard on the series based on that. Now, like, Rowan does make me want to further into that series. There's some other series in there that I'm just like, no. As interesting as I find both Kaz Beaker and The Darkling, I don't have a desire to read more of that series.
That's fine.
You know, and it's just like, and I did read the first one, and it's just like, I was just there with, it just didn't click very well with me. So, but I've noticed a lot of like YA novels don't click with me anymore. So it's
I mean, in my head, I have to age these people up, even though, like, even though every once in a while you'll come across but she's 17, and I have to just pretend that I can't
pretend
read
there's a 2 in front of that instead of a 1. Just like she's 27. Yeah, I have a hard time reading the ones where they're like, oh, well, in her 16 summers. Like, no, thank you. Because usually that means they're gonna like use that as an excuse for the main character to be real fucking stupid, and I can't deal with that. So, just like,
because how are 16-year-olds supposed to deal with the end of the world? I've never understood that. I mean, like, because you want to talk about needing therapy. All of these characters need therapy.
Lots and lots of therapy.
Lots and lots of therapy. And like the chosen one trope is just it's
that's overdone.
Chosen one is very hard for me now, because I'm always like, but who chose?
Yeah, and it's just like, you're telling
me
that
aligned and this one was chosen.
Like, you're telling me this 16, 17-year-old over here is able to defeat the bad guy who's had like 1,000 years of experience? No. No, they are not.
Yeah.
Like,
no, my preferences within YA have changed. And I tend, there's that whole, there's actually like technically the new adult genre, which is where they are like,
they're past
19,
18.
20, 21.
Yeah.
And they tends to just mean that there's more sex in the book.
Yeah.
But they are slightly older people. And you're like, okay, I feel less creepy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, but then that's coming from someone who will literally, I will pick up a book, I will go, oh, the name of the character is Bluebell, I'm not reading that shit. You know, like
same though. Like if I can't I can't read a book with a main character whose name is somebody I know. Like if I know, I can't read a main, like I love you, Erin, but I can't read a book if the main character's name is Erin, because all I'm gonna
no,
think
that
about is
makes
you, and
sense
like
because
that's weird.
that's all you're gonna see. You're
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
it's just
like,
like it's something I can't do. And like there was one series I saw online that it sounded really good, and I didn't like it didn't tell you what the main like lead guy's name was, and then I was reading like a review about it, and they mentioned it, and it's my friend's brother's name, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. Like I can't do that.
Especially no, I mean like I can definitely say if I came across a book and it like the main love interest was Hayden,
Yeah,
no,
no, throw that away. Can't do that. So like there's like no, the names matter, and it's just like please use fantasy names that aren't real names, so it makes it a little easier. Thank you.
And like I mean I did somehow get through Hunger Games, even though all those names sound like someone put Oreos in their mouth and tried to say modern names.
Yeah. That one was real stupid.
Katniss.
like the baker named his kid Pita.
Pita, which is a type of bread. Yes,
that was so stupid.
Yeah, no. But yeah,
The Hunger Games was just a bad book series, though.
I never read it. I only saw the first one, and after I saw the first movie, I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah, I read the first one and half of the second one, and I couldn't finish it. So
I will say I was in a different place in my life when I read it, and I liked it then. But like the idea of like, because you know the prequel book, the Songbirds and Snakes came out, which is about the president, in his younger years, and I'm just like, I don't need to.
That's fair. I mean, like, I can't, like, it's not like I can knock anybody for that, because, like, I used to like Twilight. Like, used to like it. So,
yeah,
like,
me too.
So, you know, like, your taste change, but, like, the same thing. Like, I, as a teenager, would not have read, like, books that weren't in the YA genre. But now, as an adult, I have a hard time reading YA, despite the fact that so many of the plots sound so good. I just like, as long as they don't mention the age, it's not a big deal. But it's when they tell you how old they are, and it's just like, oh,
see, that doesn't bother me because I just pretend that like
because
I'm
you're
17 again.
Like even your D&D character is 18, like girl, like. Like when we were first coming up with the idea for the campaign, you asked how old they were going to be, like 16, and I'm like, no.
Like, are they supposed to be like YA people? Like, I don't know.
No, it's just like mostly because of the shit that I'm going to put you guys through, I'm not doing to teenagers.
So that's the line. She's not doing it to babies. That's the line.
Just like no, but
I know.
You know, and like, and some people don't have an issue like reading YA novels as they get older, and like I wasn't expecting to, because I really enjoyed the YA like genre, and like the like fiction that is outside of the YA just gets so, it's mostly, there's like YA where everybody's underage and there's zero sex, and then there's the adult fiction and it's just a lot of sex. And there's like no in between, and so like it's hard to find something that's just like not just porn with a loose plot, but also doesn't have minors. It's just like it's two different sides.
I'm not super big on straight romance. Like
I can't read
like I don't
romance.
hate them, but like I can read one every 6 months maybe. Because
I'm not,
and I use it as like a palate cleanser, because one, they're usually really quick. And like you know how it's gonna end. Like they're gonna get together. Like so
it's like watching a Hallmark movie.
Yes,
like you watch it for a reason.
Exactly. It's a Hallmark movie, you know, and it does that for me. And you know, every once in a while I'll pick it up. I mean, my mom really likes them, but my mom likes them because you know where it's going, you know, like she doesn't have to like really pay attention. Like she very regularly says like, I don't have to work to read
to read the book.
That's
and
valid,
I'm like, that's and but I've been like buying her books that I thought sounded cute, you know, so
I get that, like, because like I like my books, and like a lot of the ones that I read, like the Ilona Anders books, the Patricia Briggs, like there's mystery and challenge and like this, that, and the other thing with it, and like there is like smut in it, but like it's not
it's not centered on the smut.
And it's just like with the couple of the series, like it's not like it just happens. Like there is relationship buildup,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And so like when it happens, it makes sense, and it's not
Yeah.
just there because hey, I could put that in here. So
Right.
because that drives me nuts when all of a sudden it's just like why, why?
Yeah, the automatic instant love kind
Yeah.
of, it's like
No one
Yeah,
needs
it's just
instant
like,
that's
love.
not that,
like
no, because no one has instantly fallen in love with me yet. So
yeah, and it's just like, and if they did, I would just call the cops because I would assume you were a stalker.
because it'd be
So
a stalking situation, yeah.
yeah.
With my luck, yes. We would need, there'd be a restraining order in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, because you like kind of like the urban fantasy, right? Kind
Yeah.
of.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Jacqueline Carey has a series, not the one you're thinking, Ani. The
I figured.
gosh, what is it called? It's Hell something. But it's now I forgot it. Why? Jacqueline Carey, Hell. Agent of Hell trilogy. So Hell, ATL. The first one is called I think you'll like this series. I'll send it to you on a thing. Sorry, that was a total like
Sure. Yeah, I'm always looking for new series like that to read because um, the Mercy Thompson series is really slow, and then Ilona Andrews, her Kate Daniels series, the main one is over. She's got a side series, and then she's starting a new Kate Daniels series. So like, I'm caught up in every direction. So like, I need like new things. So
yeah.
All right.
yeah. So
I
it'll
will
be
say that I am really enjoying the Song of Achilles right now.
that's good. I'm still in chapter 7, so I gotta.
I'm on like, I don't know, I have no idea what chapter I go by. Mentally I go by pages. I'm at like 120 now. So
Y'all
Okay.
are way ahead of me, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, Erin's now past me because I think I'm in the 70s or something like that.
I'm still in
Yeah,
the
I'm in the
40s.
70s. So,
because I read her other one,
Cersei?
yeah,
Cersei.
Cersei. Yeah, that one was so, that one I just like, I felt like that one read like water.
Yeah.
Like it just went whew, and I was like done. And it was like, and that one was really good. Like that's one of those ones where things happen and I won't say that, but like it just is just, it's not like huge earth shattering kind of things, but
Yeah.
like it's so beautifully written.
Well, that's
And
good,
it's
though.
like, yeah, and it's just like whew.
I'm
And then
looking
the
forward to
one
that
that
one.
I read about Angerboda from the what is that? That one's like the Loki's wife.
Oh.
That one
Oh,
was
okay.
really good. What is
Okay.
that book called? Oh, that one was really good. I recommend that one too. Was the same way as Cersei was. Uh, where it just was just so beautiful. Oh, it's called The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek.
Okay.
I'll also link that to you guys. Um, so good, so good.
Well, that's cool, though. I'm reading multiple novels at once because I get kind of like if I
Good
get
for
bored,
you.
kind of bored. Like with the Song of Achilles, I got like a decent way into it, and then I got kind of like bored, and I wanted to read something else. So like I read through all of the Innkeeper Chronicles, and I'm on the last one now too. And I got to finish the Mercy Thompson series, catching back up with that. So, but I got really just in the mood to read the Innkeeper Chronicles again. So I'm just
No,
like,
that's
okay,
good.
going where the novel like desire takes me, even if
There
it's
you
in the
go.
Yeah.
wrong direction.
It
So,
when I start getting twitchy about reading some, like if I'm in a book
mhm.
in the middle of one and I really start thinking about another series, particularly what that I haven't read before,
Mhm.
that's usually my cue that I'm bored
Yeah,
with the one that I'm reading.
yeah.
It just
So
for me
like,
as a person, like
yeah,
that's
because like
usually my you're
it's
done with this one.
yeah, like Song of Achilles is it's not as boring. It's just that at this point, nothing's really happened. Like it's
Yeah.
like they're still like they're just now turning like 13 or something like that. So like nothing's really happened to like really push this plot forward so far. Which and it's not like it's boring either because it's all necessary to like build up and stuff like that. But like I was just searching for a little more. So I went and read the series that has the Pope alien chicken in it. So
Yeah, the last thing I read today was where they find out about Paris stealing Helen, and so I feel like it's gonna get going now.
Start.
But
yeah, so it takes a little bit of build up, but it's good that it has all of the backstory to it and everything. The way she does it, like she does a really good job. It's just like getting all the way there, and like when
yeah,
I'm
sure.
used to books that are much more fast paced than this one is, so
yeah, this one feels like an unfolding.
yeah.
It's like,
And it's a great unfolding, and it's just like, okay, but like nobody's dying. Well, no, that's not true. But like there's not like a fast pacedness
Yeah.
to it. Like I need
Yeah.
something to pick up a little
There's
bit.
no
So
immediate threat right now, but I feel
yeah.
like within a couple of pages we're gonna
Yeah.
get there
So
for where I am. And but yeah, it's so far it's beautiful. She's a really great writer.
yeah.
So
She's very good at it. Like I'll give her that.
yeah.
It flows very seamlessly from one scene into the next. So
Yeah.
she does a
I
good
mean,
job
and
with
then
it.
like I have a lot I'm having trouble not picturing the poor kid from Troy that played Patroclus,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, and it's one of those ones where it's like, why am I doing this to myself? I know what happens.
Yeah.
Like,
Right? It's a Greek tragedy. We know we're gonna cry.
Yeah.
I
Like
know, but it's
we
also
all
just
know
like,
how it ends.
why am I doing this to myself?
Valid. Very, 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 very valid. So
Mm-hmm.
but if I don't finish Song of Achilles by the time I go on my trip, it's coming with me so I can read on the plane. So
Yeah.
that was a way I got through a lot of Throne of Glass. So like I'll do that with Song of Achilles if I don't finish it before I come out there. So
Yeah, that'll be great. And
yeah,
it's so exciting. It's a week
It's a week
away.
yeah,
away.
it's right around the corner, so that's cool. So before you guys know it, I'll be out there annoying you in person. So
I'm
That's
excited.
the goal. I
yeah.
can't wait. I hope you are prepared.
Last time she got like a
Because
day and a half of
we
us.
already bought your Disney ticket, so
Yeah, that's valid. So
Got the Sweethearts Night ticket, got the Disney ticket. We'll
yeah,
all get Genie Plus the date like once we walk through the doors.
yeah.
cool.
So we can
Yep.
get on more stuff. Well, ladies, I better hit the road. This has been so illuminating in terms of what's wrong with all three of us.
A lot. So
A
So
lot.
much.
a lot in terms of our choices in fictional men. Like I think I personally am just glad I'm single because that's my taste in men. So like that's my taste. So
I always say like, even though I would like a boyfriend type person, you know, to be nice to me, I'd
yeah,
like that. But also I've also always said that I'm kind of glad that I've been single so long because now I know what I will and will not tolerate.
valid, very valid.
Very,
So it's
very,
just like
very valid.
fully capable of living without like the boyfriend type person or any other like significant other. Just like yeah, no, I'm good unless it checks all of the necessary boxes.
Right.
So
It's like I have gotten the opportunity to learn that I am capable. And now it's just it's not a need, it's a want
It's a
yeah,
kind of
want.
thing. And
and it's just like
I'm good with that.
and there's a difference between like when like you need something and when you
And you
want
want
something.
something.
So
Yeah.
less willing to settle, I think, is
Yeah.
probably the big one.
Damn
So
straight. All right, ladies. I love you both. And I will
Love you
talk
too,
to you
Scott.
very soon. What,
all right,
Tuesday, right? For
Yeah.
D&D?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace out, Girl
Bye.
Scouts. Bye.
Love you.
Love you
Night-night.
too.
Love you too. Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.
Da, 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 da.